Hey, what's up, guys? JJop123 here, and again, we are back with another rant. Another rant. Didn't take that long. All right, look at this. All right, today we're going to rant a little bit about, once again, the tech, quote-unquote, channels and their reviews, this time about Ryzen, AMD's new processor. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have Ryzen. I'm not a huge tech channel. I might be a guy about tech, but I already have a built system with a 5820K. Oh boy, Intel fanboy here. No, I like tech. I just happened to build Intel about a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago when it came out, or a little after it came out, to build my new system. So no, I don't have AMD other than an R9 280X in my system. So I don't have AMD in my system, but I just feel like this rant is really needed. Okay, one, since Ryzen's release and all the hype and build up to it, I get it. During the AMD conference, they showed off a couple games, showed off some Cinebench benchmarks. They showed off a couple things, but everyone keeps saying that they focused on gaming. This is a gaming chip. They marketed it as a gaming chip. They are going to market it to the biggest audience that is just going to lap up whatever they say. Any company would do this. I get it. But there are a few people that really realized, okay, this chip does okay at gaming. It games. But what it's being compared to and the targets, this is a workstation style chip. It's good for production. It's good for those things that really need a lot of cores, a lot of threads that it would thrive with. Now, that being said, all the tech channels that I'm subscribed to, or even some of the ones that I checked out before making this video, everyone keeps comparing it solely for gaming. It's, it gets this FPS, or if we disable these cores, it gets this number in FPS. Okay, big whoop. I don't care. Give me some production benchmarks. Like do some rendering. Do some things that really would stretch the limit as far as the cores and threads. Now I do understand there are a few games that really utilize multi-core, multi-thread. I get it. There's a handful of games that do that, but the majority of people that would get that many, like even look at me, I have a 5820K. I already knew overkill for gaming, complete overkill for gaming. But once I started getting into making videos and doing a little production, those extra cores and those extra threads really made a difference in the amount of time I spent rendering videos. Now, if I were to review my chip, would I focus directly on gaming? No, I would focus on what that chip is good at. Now, would I put a little bit of gaming in there just to give a little bit of a perspective? Sure. But I would not make that the main focus. Now, I will give one caveat. One of the videos, I'm not going to mention names, but one of the tech channels that I was subscribed to and watched, I will give them a pat on the back for saying that this chip was amazing for production level uses with the cores and threads that are available, and also given the caveat when it came to gaming. But they're also stating why and giving good reasoning as to why. I will give them that. But the other ones that are just focusing directly on gaming and saying, this is supposed to be a gaming chip, it's not doing great compared to what they're comparing to, look at these numbers, like the fact that they're even doing that and already giving AMD a bad rap, like the industry has been doing for so long. It's like AMD can't do anything right. Once that happens, you're already giving the company a bad name. You're already putting a bad taste in people's mouth with a brand new product. Once you do that, they can update, but that initial impact of saying it's not good at this, that's bad. That's really bad. Now, the other point that I did see someone else and a lot of people saying that, Intel is just paying people off to say AMD's bad. I don't think they really need to. If AMD isn't performing past their chips, they don't have to do anything. All they have to do is say, hey, look at these numbers. This is why we're the best. Like, why would they care? All it basically is that people keep comparing this chip for one thing. And when you do that, you're going to say, oh, everybody's just saying AMD's bad. Compare it to other things. Do it to things that it strengthens in. Yes, talk about the things that, it doesn't do too great in. That's always good to do. But then you also want to talk about its strengths. And that's what's going to get people interested. Talk about the strengths. Again, my 5820K, the strengths of it is production. That's the strengths. That's what would get people interested. I mean, a lot of tech channels I see had those multi-core, multi-threaded Intel chips for their production builds, for their editing rigs. They even said that multiple times. So I would like to see them do the same thing. Hey, I got the Ryzen 1800X for my media rig or my production rig. If they said that, I bet you it would be a completely different tune when it came to these chips. But I already feel that the damage has already been done, because as you can see, even when I looked around on a couple articles after the release of Ryzen, all I kept seeing, Ryzen not performing in gaming, Ryzen not good at gaming, Ryzen doesn't perform better than Intel when it comes to gaming. All I saw was gaming. I understand gaming is the majority market. I understand that's what pushes new products. That's what pushes new CPUs, new GPUs. That's what pushes it, gaming. But there are other things other than gaming. And when people only focus on gaming, that's where things get bad, and that's where it seems like, oh, AMD isn't up to snuff when it comes to Intel again. With their brand new architecture, brand new product, they still can't beat Intel. You're only comparing it to one thing. That's like me saying, oh, hey, I just got this nice economy car. It's great for gas mileage. That's what it's made for. Great gas mileage, great efficiency. But I take it to the track and I can't beat a Ferrari. And it's just like, oh, this car can't beat a Ferrari. This car is too slow. It can't beat a Ferrari. This is not up to snuff with Ferrari. That's not what I'm getting it for. I'm getting it for these specific things. Yes, it can do that. Yes, it can go a little fast. But I'm not getting it. I'm getting it for this particular niche. And that's where I believe the focus should have been for Ryzen. Now, AMD is a little bit to blame on this. They did not focus on that. That's what should have been their focus. But I will agree to disagree that they shouldn't have to. That people should really see, okay, other Intel chips that are multi-core, multi-threaded that people have, what are they majority using? What is the majority thing that they are using them for? Okay, let's compare that exact same thing to the Ryzen chips. Don't just throw gaming at everything. Literally, take gaming out of the equation. It really bothers me that being tech reviewers, that the end-all be-all to products outside of a video card, I mean, actually, you can even throw a video card in there sometimes, is gaming. If it doesn't perform in gaming, then it's not up to snuff or it's not a good piece of equipment. Throw gaming out of the equation for 1 second. Stop comparing every single thing to gaming. Even though that's the majority of your audience, that's how you're going to get your clicks, that's how you're going to get your views. I get it. Stop comparing every single thing to gaming. Throw some other stuff at it to get a more generalized view of that product. All right, now I know this is going to seem like a little bit of a tangent and just going off, but hey, it is another random rant. But I really just needed to make another video about just kind of the state of Ryzen, just because of what I'm constantly seeing in other videos, comments just saying, hey, it's not really focused on gaming, you should focus on these other things, and everybody's just saying, oh, AMD market is gaming, like completely ignoring the fact that this chip can be good at other things. Okay, gaming's not up to snuff. I mean, it's still getting everything you need as far as FPS. I mean, it's not like it's getting 2 frames per second when you try to run a game. No, it's still doing pretty well for its price point. But the fact that none of the tech reviewers are really bothering to focus on some other things, it's just like, just keep essentially beating a dead horse, saying this isn't good for gaming. When can it be good for gaming? Everything should be good for gaming. Okay, you're beating the horse dead. It's already dead, and you're going into the ground now. It's getting a little annoying. So hopefully the tech reviewers will do a little something different with this, or who knows, they'll just keep comparing it to gaming. Things will get updated, and then they'll say, oh, it's finally good for gaming, when they completely missed the whole point of having a general review. So this is JJop123, another random rant, and I will catch you guys in the next one.